chores to do, such as picking up wood chips for the morning fires, but you had lots of fun, especially with your older brothers, Kenneth and Floyd. After you were born, Glenn was born, so you had 3 brothers and no sisters. You tried to tag along and do the things your brothers did, but your mother wanted you to be more feminine, and so she restricted some of your tomboy activities.
And this is her brother, Glenn. I hope you can hear me out there. And known to Uncle Glenn, as most of you in the audience. Anyway, there are many things I could tell you about Nena, since she was my big sister. But in regard to being...
Uncle Glenn Woods Brown, mother's brother.
Hi, Nena. Hello. Yeah.
You could have told some worse ones.
Well, I used to love the judge there.
Nena, you attended school in Miami and then went to Tempe, where you graduated from what is now ASU. But then it was Arizona State Teachers College.
Several years ago, in October, Nena, Lorraine, and I were driving through Miami. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Anyway, we were going by Georgia.
On July 29, 1940, you were sealed for time and eternity to William Wallace LeSueur. 6 children blessed this marriage, 2 girls and 4 boys.
I will remember when she does.
Mother's brother-in-law, Uncle Bud, he was married to Mother's other sister, Lorraine. I know all of you guys don't know these people, so I have to tell you who they are. I remember a story that I heard when Mother was pregnant with me. She got up we lived with Mother because my dad was in the service, and so it was me and Aunt Babe, because Uncle Bud was in the service, and Donna Ruth, and Mother, and Baba, and Grandpa, and I. Well, I wasn't born yet. Mother got up in the night to go to the bathroom, and she fainted, and she was laying on the floor, and was it Donna Ruth or Lorraine? Donna got up, and there was Mother laying on the floor, and she stepped over and said, "Well, lazy bones," and went on back to bed. For 38 years, raising the last 3 children as a single mother. You are still living in the house you moved into in 1948, and have had many good neighbors come and go.
I remember that it was 1949.
Served your Heavenly Father in many capacities. Ward Relief Society President twice, Stake Relief Society President, Young Adult Sunday School Teacher, which was one of the choice callings that you had, Relief Society Counselor, Temple Worker for over 20 years, in addition to many Hawaii, England, Belgium, Holland, Germany, Austria, Italy, France, Canada, Guatemala, and a whole bunch of other places. A blessing on the food and an opening prayer. We do have another family member that we would like to introduce. Aunt Rowene, can you stand up? This is Grandpa Wally's sister, Rowene Anderson. We're grateful that she could be here tonight. And her daughter, Nena, brought her here. Uncle Bud said he needed a designated driver, so he brought his daughter, or she brought him or something, Janice, and her husband, Neil. And is there anybody else that's not directly descended from Mother that's here that we need to introduce? Oh, Lisa Ann, yes. Lisa Ann is Donna Ruth's daughter. She lives in New York. And Uncle Glenn's daughter, Kathy, she is from France. She came a long way for this birthday party. And Donna's husband, Bruce.
Almost on time, but today I just was looking at the things that we've done in the past 24 hours. We had a business dinner at Coles Ranch. We went to a high school football game, went to my office, did a deposit, took it to the bank, slept for a few minutes, it seemed like, at home, and went to Reagan's volleyball game, or volleyball tournament this morning, went to a game there, went to Brigham's football game in Prescott, Bought a car in Phoenix on the way here. On the way, dealt with some Yes for Life political stuff. And now we're here for the highlight of our day, Grandma's party. And it's good to see all of you here. We did this, how many of you remember when we did this 10 years ago? Raise your hands. How many of you don't remember? Seems like there's a lot more people here than last time. Grandma doesn't remember her 80th birthday. We have put together a very quality program tonight with some talent from members of the family. But first of all, I'd just like to bring up some facts about Grandma. First of all, Grandma, did you know, I just counted up with help from my mom, counted up how many missionaries your posterity and their spouses have done. And I think it looks like 25 missionaries in 12 different countries. 3 have gone to Guatemala. 10 have gone to the States. They've spoken at least 6 languages. And 5 of them were Spanish. 2 went to Massachusetts. And 2 went to Oregon. Is that right? I can't read my own writing here. Maybe it's 2 went to Ireland. Also, Grandma, I don't know if you know this, but you are 90 years old today. That means you're 1,080 months old. You're 4,696 weeks old. You're 32,873 days old. 788,962 hours old. 47,337,748 minutes old. And as of right now, you are 2,840,264,880 seconds old. So, congratulations.
Hey, 2 billion seconds.
Also, when you think about ages, you realize that the only time in our lives when we like to get old is when we're kids. If you're less than 10 years old, you're so excited about aging that you think in fractions. How old are you? I'm 4.5. You're never 36.5. You're 4.5 going on 5. Now when you get into your teens, now they can't hold you back. You jump to the next number. How old are you? Well, I'm going to be 16. You could be 12, but you're going to be 16 eventually. Then the great day of your life when you become 21. Even the word sounds like a ceremony. You become 21. Yes. Then you turn 30. What happened there? It makes you sound like bad milk. He turned. We had to throw him out. What's wrong? What changed? You become 21. You turn 30. Then you're pushing 40. Stay over there. You reach 50. You become 21, turn 30. You're pushing 40. You reach 50. Then you make it to 60. By then you built up so much speed that you hit 70. And after that, it's a day-by-day thing. You hit Wednesday, then you get to your 80th birthday, then you hit lunch, then you hit 4:30. Sometime in their 80s, some in their 80s won't even buy green bananas. Well, that's an investment, you know, it might be a bad one. But it doesn't end there. In the 90s, you start going backwards. I was just 92. Then a strange thing happens. If you make it over 100, you become a little kid again. I'm 100.5. So happy aging, Grandma.
And she's great.
Since you've gone away, one thing is clear to me. You were dearer than dear to me. From the moment you came. Evenings by your side, I learned to love the night.
program has changed. In that case, let's see, Bryce, Breck, and Trevor. Are you ready? Oh, Greg and Mark too.
Not Brett. It's just the Dentons.
The Denton family. Whichever one happened to make it here. And while they're getting set up, I'll give you just a minute to set up here. How many of you remember when Grandma LeSweer was born? I didn't think so. Well, I did a little digging and found some things that happened then on Friday, September 6th, 1918. The baseball season ended early because of the World War I. The top songs in 1918 were Kate by Jeffrey O'Hara, Hinky Dinky Parley Lou by Edward Rowland, Jada by Bob Carlton. They couldn't talk very well back in those days, I guess. Oh Frenchie by Sam Elric. Woodrow Wilson was the president. And some prices of things back in 1918, $10, 10 cents a loaf. Milk was 55 cents a gallon, eggs 37 cents a dozen. A car, and Jamie, this is about what we paid for your car today, I think, $365. Gas was, guess how much gas was? 25 cents a gallon. That must have been high right at that time. House was $4,821.
4,000.
Stamps, you could lick a stamp for 3 cents a piece. All those things were inexpensive, but the average income was only $1,115 a year. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average, I thought it was low this last week, but it was at 82 on Friday, September 6, 1918. The toys that were popular when Grandma was Crayola crayons, Lincoln Logs, which I just found out, I think last night as I was doing some reading. Lincoln Logs were invented by Frank Lloyd Wright's father, and the Radio Flyer, Liberty Coaster, Tinker Toys, and the Erector set. Top books in 1918, a couple of them were The Magnificent Ambersons by Booth Tarkington, The Good Soldier by Ford Maddox Ford. Is that his name? Ford Maddox? Okay. And not in 1918, but other people who were born on September 6th. Joseph P. Kennedy, who was the father of the Kennedys, John F. Kennedy and Teddy Kennedy, and Robert F. Kennedy. Jane Curtin, and also Jeff Foxworthy. So congratulations on being, you don't know who Jeff Foxworthy is? You'll find out a little bit here in a minute. But, and maybe, well.
Grandma, we usually sing this song at Eagle Court of Honors, but tonight we'd like to sing it for you.
Now
the stars above as my guide, as my guide. I'll trust in you to show the way to me beyond the sea. And now is the time, and now and farewell. And as we part, you taught me well, you gave me strength, you showed the way. I'll not forget you. Like an eagle, I will soar above the clouds. I will spread my wings and fly into the sun. Like an eagle, I will race above the stars. I will fly to places yet unseen, go beyond my wildest dreams. Know that you are watching over me alone. I can fly with the eagle to the mountain high, race with the eagle to the rising sun, and soar with the eagle so far beyond my dreams. Like an eagle I will fly. Like an eagle I will soar above the clouds. I will spread my wings and fly into the sun. Like an eagle I will race above the stars. I will fly to places yet unseen, go beyond my wildest dreams. Know that you are watching over me. Like an eagle I will race above the clouds. Like an eagle I will fly. Like an eagle I will fly above the clouds. Like an eagle I will fly. I was asked by my mother to do it again. Being the obedient son that I am, I'm going to do it again, although I had to revise some of it. Some things change over the course of 10 years. But this is some ways to tell if you might be able to swear. If your grandma is 90 years old and still in better physical condition than you are, you might be able to swear. If your biggest vacation of 1994 was spent with 60 other people in a 5-bedroom house in the mountains, and you actually had such a good time you kept going back every 2 years for more, you could be able to swear. If you were surprised when you found out that some people actually buy oranges at the store, you might be able to swear. If eating bananas, speaking of fruit, if eating bananas reminds you of a chihuahua, you might be able to swear.
They don't get that, their parents lots of it.
Yeah, ask your parents if you don't know that one. If you've worn a tuxedo many times but never actually paid to rent one, you might be able to swear. If you wonder why the song John or Rebecca isn't included in the church hymn book, you might be able to swear. If you've ever been hit on the head by a basketball carefully placed above the doorway, you might be able to swear. If you believe that the Flakes are pioneers who just never made it as far as Mesa and are still living in Snowflake as pioneers, you might be able to swear. If you think the LeSwear family basketball team was the real dream team, you might be able to swear. If you don't own a car, but always have vehicles parked out in front of your house, Grandma, you might be able to swear. If you still own a quilt that was made by the Phillies for your wedding, you might be able to swear. If you walked into your old house and tripped over Indians sleeping on the floor, you just could be able to swear. And this is one that was probably more applicable 10 years ago. But if you have to go to your grandma's house to watch General Conference because you're too cheap to get cable, you might be able to swear. If you believe that having the right family name might just help you get into heaven, you could be able to swear. If you get excited about snow cones, cotton candy, and a bounce house, especially because they're all free around Easter, you might be able to swear. That's one that I added since then. If your favorite cereal is Lucky Charms, you might be able to swear. If your family gatherings sometimes include everyone taking turns lying on the floor getting their backs popped, you might be able to swear. Or if you stir your ice cream before you eat it, you might be able to swear. If your grandma's one and only sin is watching sports on Sunday, you might be able to swear. If you believe that metal cow troughs were made for kids and not cows, you could be able to swear. If you consider lazy enchiladas to be a gourmet meal, you might be able to swear. If you wear a black Batman-style t-shirt that says the swears on it, or a faded red t-shirt, I saw one of those. Right here.
Stand up, Nick.
You might be able to, a t-shirt that says fantastic for the swears, you might be able to swear. If you're surprised when you're meeting someone who doesn't know the song Out on the Indian Reservation, you might be able to swear. If your dad or your grandpa acts like a monkey, chances are you're able to swear. If you've owned property in Sholo for 45 years and never planned to build on it, you could be able to swear. If you believe that the Swears was the only true men's store, you might be able to swear. If you've ever lived in Grandma Nena's house for more than 35 days, you might be able to swear. And if you're part of the greatest family in the world, chances are you're able to swear. Okay, apparently we haven't had enough of the Dentons, so next we've got Nena that's going to read letters to us.
Yeah, I cheat. I use a capo.
I don't get a cable.
Is that going to be heard? ran away to Charlottesville, working riding on the city of Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 50 cars, 50 restless riders, 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail.
During his illness and sustained the family as its patriarch after his passing. You shined in your church service, always ready and willing to receive.
Because I don't know that I've ever seen Mom cry. Maybe when Dad died, I think I might have seen a tear in her eye when we were up in the Salt Lake Visitor Center, but she's a pretty strong person, and I don't know where I got this from, but I got it from somewhere. I guess just because I'm the baby. But this is a book that we put together for Mom. Really, this is a book she put together for herself. We just kind of updated it, or had her update it, and then most of you have seen her history. This is her history. She had handed out the history at a reunion we had up in Payson 3 years ago, I believe, and had a lot of pictures in it and stuff. And my family can tell you, especially my wife, I'm kind of a perfectionist in some ways, other ways I'm not, but some ways I am. And I saw a lot of the pictures in there. They had scratches and writing on it, and were, just, I don't know, I just wasn't real happy with them. So I took those, and with the help of my son Breck, the computer guy, we have the privilege of working in the same office building, and so I can have him come over and help me a lot during the day at my office. But we took the pictures, cleaned them up, and then I went over to my mom's, and I don't think you guys have any idea how many photographs and histories and stuff are in her closet.
You're the spirit of Christmas, the star on the tree. You're the Easter bunny.
The thing I appreciate the most, I think, is the fact that you're raising good families and teaching them the right things to do and say. Anyway, thanks again for this evening and for all of your efforts. Arlene was in charge, I think, of it all.